9 times out of 10, your comic is not gonna go viral the minute you upload your first episode. Hey guys, it's Dev, the creator of My Girlfriend is a Samurai, a Webtoon. And today marks a very special day because after months of hard work, I will finally be uploading the first episode to my series on Webtoon. So yay! You guys are gonna be witnessing the birth of my series, the labor, and everything. Okay, maybe not the labor, but you know. If you're watching this, it's gonna be already uploaded down in the description below. But wait, before you click off this video to check out and read my comic, if you're an artist and you're curious to know what it's like and the things you could do to prepare for your upcoming comic launch or episode upload, stick around. And even if you're not, maybe you're just a casual viewer, casual reader, I suggest you'd stick around too, because the things I'm gonna be talking about here would most likely apply to your life in other ways than just art. Make sure to stick around till the end, because that's where I talk about the most important advice here. Be honest, how often do you organize your files? We all say that, oh, I'm gonna be organizing my files now. I'm gonna have a folder, or maybe I don't even need one. But then 5 saves later, and you're already scrolling through your file manager looking for that one untitled image. It's just pure chaos. So the first thing I do is to make sure that all my art is ready before I hit that publish button. How? By basically re-going through all my files. That means I have to recheck the dialogues, look at the canvas, see if there's any dirt out there, make sure everything is right and ready to fly. How am I gonna do that if I have to go through my file manager and look at each and every untitled image out there, especially the ones that are spread out across different folders? Exactly. So my advice is to organize your files, okay? I know, it's daunting. I'm not a type A artist myself. You can see from my background. But let's be real. The more serious you treat your work, the higher the possibility of you to commit to it. Comics is a huge commitment. It requires so much dedication from your end. You need to dedicate so much time and persevere through all of it just to accomplish such a Herculean task. And how are you gonna do that if something so minuscule as organizing your files is already such a huge step for you to conquer? I know. Harsh truth, I had to learn it the hard way. I lost so many files because it just got lost in the sea of downloaded images. The curse of switching from desktop and downloads. I'm not going back there anymore. Guys, I've left that cruise ship long time ago. So on the topic of preparing all your art and making sure they're all ready to go, today I personally spent most of my time cleaning up and polishing my Webtoon cover. At least in the traditional sense, comic covers are very important. I mean, come on, it's like the first thing you see before you pick up any issue. And I'm pretty sure first impressions aren't just limited to your first day in school and what you're gonna be wearing. I mean, the same principle applies. If how the book is packaged isn't quite appealing, I don't think anyone would pick it up. So I spent a lot more time making my comic cover a little prettier, and I'd like to spend more time on it, but I set a deadline and I'm gonna be meeting that deadline no matter what. Once the art is ready to go, I move to marketing. Oh my god, marketing! I know. So what I do in marketing is I plan on posting about my comic launch, first of all, YouTube, because this is my main platform as of the moment. This is where all of my followers are from. Thank you guys for 500 subs, by the way. Huge accomplishment. And after YouTube, I'm gonna head on to TikTok, Reddit. Reddit is a huge platform. I highly suggest everyone who's planning to make their comic and is a complete beginner at this to join a subreddit that is focused on comic creation, art, and marketing, anything. It's incredible how much you could learn in an online forum. Unfortunately, you cannot rely on just Webtoon to advertise your comic. With the amount of comic creators and artists out there publishing their comics on a daily basis, do you really think Webtoon has enough real estate for your comic to stay as long as it wants to at the front page for readers to see? Exactly. Unfortunately for us, we gotta be doing the grunt work, the dirty grind of putting our art out there. With that said, aside from all the art that you're gonna be needing for your comic itself, such as the comic cover and the comic itself with the panels and everything, you also need to be preparing your marketing materials. That's right. And that's also why I spend so much time on my comic cover, because I feel like that's a great first marketing material that I could get out there, because people are going to see that, oh, there's this comic that's launching today and this is the cover. I could already see what it's going to be about. Maybe I'd like to read some of it. So yeah, prepare your marketing materials as well when you go out and start marketing your work. Since we're talking about socials, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow along my journey as a comic creator here in my socials description as well. So don't worry guys, just one click and you'll be there. No need to type. I mean, you can, but no, there's no need. Lastly, and most importantly, manage your expectations. 9 times out of 10, your comic is not gonna go viral the minute you upload your first episode. Let that sink in. Remove that grandiose idea you've conjured up in your mind that hundreds and thousands of subs and viewers are gonna come rushing and flooding in the minute you publish your magnum opus. Why? Because a lot of creators are discouraged at this stage. And it's valid. It's easy to get discouraged when your art doesn't receive the attention that it deserves, because we attach our art to our self-worth. And how could we not? We pour so much of ourselves into our art, our experiences, our memories, our emotions, our time and effort. It's basically an extension of our identity at this point. So when they reject your art, it feels like they're rejecting you. So no, you're not crazy if it feels like somebody just carved a hole out of your heart the minute that they express their distaste in your art. Or when somebody feels like it's not worth their time of day to stop and appreciate your art and hard work. The blood, sweat, and tears you've spent creating your story, curating your concept art may seem intangible, but they're more precious than any diamonds or amount of money person could ever have. So let me give you guys a gentle reminder that when you're putting yourselves out there, mentally prepare yourselves by creating this cushion for your buttocks when you fall. Because when you fall, it's gonna be hard and it's gonna hurt a lot, deep to your bones. But when you fall, take a break, but remember to get back up again. Take these reactions with strive. Grieve the harsh reality the moment you face them. But remember to do all of these with a brave smile, because at the end of the day, we are all artists putting our lives on the line when we're putting our works out there, because they're an expression of who we are. And the world out there is our battlefield. Every day is war when it comes to putting yourself out there and marketing. Every artist knows that. So be brave, my fellow soldiers, and keep creating. So again, I'd appreciate if you gave my webtoon a read. It's about a girl coming from a rural village claiming that she's some weird samurai as she integrates into the modern urban city life by working in a call center agency. So yeah, if you're a big fan of comedy, slice of life, sitcoms like The Office, then I feel like you'd enjoy my story. Despite its title is not really that focused on romance, but you'll see once you start reading it. So yeah, thank you again for everyone who stuck around, and stay tuned for the next one. And I hope this video was of help. Bye!